It is now time for the most controversial list in the entirety of Dark Souls. This is my personal ranking of the hardest bosses in the game. Of course, we are including the DLC, and of course, please leave your list in the comments. I'd love to hear from everyone. And also, please remember, this is my subjective list. Anyway, without farther ado, let's get into it. Coming in at our number 10 spot is the Moonlight Butterfly. Look, I know it isn't a hard boss for you, but for me, I can't dodge for the life of me. I cannot dodge a single attack besides the 3 orb shots, but the one he does back to back, the nuclear bomb and jump rope, I can't do it. I don't know why, I just can't do it. I purely suck at this fight, and on top of this, the butterfly just floats in the air. If you're a melee class, you have to wait 3 minutes minimum in between damage phases just to get 10 seconds of damage off. And even if you do get to the damage phase, you can't even make full effect of it because you run out of stamina. And if you run out of enough stamina, her explosion when she goes back in the air will actually still hit you. I really don't like this boss. She is very hard and not for a good reason, aka my own skill issue. Moving on here is Quelaag. Now, honestly, she should be above Moonlight Butterfly, but again, skill issue. Quelaag has some very unforgiving patterns though. On top of this, she lessens the length of the arena with her spider half by spitting fire, and it is super annoying if you forget it's behind you. I haven't even mentioned, unless you max out your resilience, you will definitely be poisoned before you enter the fight, so you're constantly taking damage. She's also at the bottom of the hellhole of Blighttown, so getting to her fight is never fun. Her attacks also do a lot of damage, and she was the second boss in Dark Souls 1 I truly struggled with. Her explosion is also incredibly hard to read, and unless you're paying a lot of attention to it, you likely won't even see it, and it'll either kill you or bring you down to one shot. Quelaag is probably one of the faster moving bosses, giving you very little time to recoup or heal up. Don't get me wrong, she is a great boss, but wow, it gets rough in the fight at times. Especially if you're under leveled, you will struggle against her. At our number 8 spot, it is everyone's favorite boss, the Capra Demon. Now, Capra is here for multiple reasons. These reasons consisting of the dogs, the bandits, more dogs, and upon entering the arena, more dogs. A very fun run back and intriguing fight. Literally, the boss fight is the dogs, and the run back easily has got to be top 3 worst run backs in Dark Souls, but y'all still say Bed of Chaos is worse. But the reason Capra is so high on this list is because the boss himself is super easy. You can kill him with plunging attacks or just normally. He has so little health, you kind of forget he's a boss anyway. Honestly, the worst part of this, especially as a new player, is just the run back gets worse every single time. I hate it, and it makes this fight extremely difficult. Moving on, number 7 will go to the final boss of the game, Gwyn, Lord of Cinder. Now, if you say, oh, just parry Gwyn and it's free, it's clear to me you do not play Dark Souls enough to understand the longevity of this fight, because parrying is an option. That's the only reason he isn't higher on this list. Gwyn without parrying is insanely hard. Like, to the point I've given up on fighting him when I wasn't parrying. His attacks are super fast, hit super hard, and he's the only boss in the game that will never let you heal. You have to put the craziest juke on him ever just to try and get a heal off. Also, I didn't mention how far his attacks reach. Dude will be across the arena and his sword goes right into you. Unlike other bosses, his attacks are not easily telegraphed either. You need to be crazy good at dodging. You'd think he's doing his 3-hit combo, and then suddenly 6 hits out of nowhere. Like, I don't even think I've seen all of Gwyn's attacks, and I've beat the game 12 times. Like I said, he'd be top 3 on this list, but luckily parrying negates all of his difficulty. And real quick before we go on, I want to give a quick thank you to you for watching. This is not sponsored, but if you want to sponsor me, feel free to reach out. I appreciate it. Anyway, I really do appreciate the view. If you could help me out by subscribing, as I'm on the way to 5,000 subscribers, I'd really appreciate it. And if you do enjoy, please drop your hype on this video. It's down by the subscribe button and it helps me more than you know. Thank you so much for watching again, and please comment your list at the end of the video, and back to it. Moving to our number 6 spot, I think I have to give it to Calamite. This may be surprising he isn't higher on the list, and I totally understand that, but I am one of probably 5 other people who had the patience to cut off Calamite's tail. All of this to say, I kind of just know all of his attacks now. I just grew accustomed to fighting him super patiently and profiting because of it, so I've seen it all. But that's the thing with Calamite. He's aggressive, hits hard, is incredibly hard to dodge, but if you play with patience and get a few attacks off during the small window you get, it negates most of the difficulty, at least in my opinion. His most threatening attack is definitely his fire breath. The good news is he telegraphs it insanely well. As long as you can find your sprint button and hold down your joystick, you should be good to go. Yes, Zeal, I know you and Calamite have a mutual agreement. I'm sorry to put him at number 6. Now, for our middle slot, I have to give it to Artorias. Look, I know you thought he'd be higher. He is definitely on the list, but to be honest, once you learn him, he's not too hard. I will say, he is aggressive, hits super hard, and is very punishing. The thing is, he's easier to dodge than Gwyn, but you can't parry him, so that too. Other than that, you need to go either hitless or not let him touch you after you take a single hit of damage. His aggressiveness does earn him points, but like I said, if you've beaten this boss even once, you have a good idea of his moveset. It is an extremely fun fight, but if you know Artorias' moveset, it kind of negates a lot of the difficulty. With that, you're probably more confident each time you knowingly walk into this fight. Again, I'd put him higher, but the thing is, his attacks are so telegraphed, you can easily dodge, and it just feels like a duel the whole time. Maybe I just like this fight too much, I don't know. Alright, for the first of the top 4, it goes to Ornstein and Smo. I will say, this fight is not too hard if you get lucky or if you're using a broken weapon. But if you are not comfortable doing this fight, oh my god, it is hard to deal with. Smo constantly chasing you while you try to poke down Ornstein, seeing a giant hammer running at you while a lightning bolt is shot into your back. It gets rough. The best part about this boss is that it's super fun and engaging. Also, the second phase is literally nothing compared to the first phase. Super Smo or Ornstein is a cakewalk compared to the other phase. With one off the arena, you can focus solely on the first one and it helps so much. I need to know though, what do you do in this fight? Do you choose to fight Super Smo or Super Ornstein? I'm curious because when I do challenge runs, I don't know what to do. And on top of that, challenge runs here suck. This is a run killer for a majority of challenges. I could go on about this boss fight, but instead I'm going to choose to move on. And the first for our number 3 spot is Bed of Chaos for a very valuable reason, the run back. Yep, I'm sure we all saw this coming. No matter how you do it, it will take at least a minute and 30 seconds to get to the boss fight. The run back is hell. If you say to use the 30 humanity shortcut, it doesn't help. It probably makes it slower and you are coping. Upon the boss fight though, it doesn't get any better. It's kind of just get one to the side, die, run back in, die again, die a few more times, and maybe you're lucky enough to get the job done. Other than that, it straight up sucks and I hate this boss fight. This is turning into a most hated boss fight list. I'm sorry guys, but there is nothing I hate more than Gravelord Nito. Yeah, it's time. Number 2, Nito. If you've seen my channel even once, you probably know my great hatred for Nito. It stems from many things. Let's start with the area to get there. The Catacombs and the Tomb of the Giants both suck so much. On top of this, the run back sucks. And then we get to the arena. Nito is the easiest boss in the world, but the skeletons are the hardest boss in the world. Why do they come back to life? That is the worst part of this. The skeletons suck so much, I don't even understand it. I know, there are cheeses you can do to prevent them from respawning. I don't care, I shouldn't have to go out of my way to do that. They shouldn't even be in the arena. I hate this boss so much, there's nothing more to say. Number 2, the run back, super hard, and the boss fight, super hard. And now for the hardest boss on the list, it is the Silver Knight Archer on the trip to Norlondo. Yeah, I'm just kidding, it's Manus. I mean, you had to be expecting this, right? He hits like a truck, super aggressive, insane health pull, and is maybe the most annoying actual boss in the game. Dude does not let you heal, does not let you get more than 2 hits off, and does not care about your sanity. On top of this, he has a pretty long run back. Personally, I've done the cheese for him with the bow and arrow, and despite the 20 minutes it took, I can confidently say it was worth the time I put in. Manus is insanely hard and insanely intimidating. Literally the only boss in Dark Souls I'm actually scared to fight. Anyway, that will conclude my list. Please let me know your thoughts in the comments. I'd truly love to know. If you did enjoy, please subscribe for more and use your hype on this video to support me in the best way possible. Thank you again, and I'll see you in the next one.